Hi, welcome back to Utopia, episode 11, the Nether. So, to start off, I obviously will be going to the Nether this episode, so I don't have any obsidian saved up. All I've done is collect this stuff for an enchantment table. So, I go down, here you go, here's all that I've mined out now in between uh, episodes. I kind of ignore some of the ores peeking out in the walls because I'm literally just trying to get some stuff, but I'm using the lava to create the portals so that I can get some obsidian and stuff. I'll eventually use this to create like a lava farm so that I can you know, get a good amount of fuel always, but I don't bother doing that right now. I just collect it so that I have it for the future. So I mine enough obsidian to create a decent sized portal right here. It's going to be in the second perimeter of my base, the very first, structure. So I just put that down. I use dirt to kind of plan how I want it to be shaped because I want it more organic looking, and I kind of opt out of all the bricks and stuff and just go for more granite, dripstone, and pointed dripstone because I did actually collect a good amount of the dripstone stuff. So kind of just continued on my path and stuff. I converted the land to podzol. Of course, I did the path first, and then I converted the area to podzol. So, if you don't know, like if you grow a tree and it gets converted into podzol, it'll overwrite grass blocks, dirt blocks, coarse dirt, mud, all those sort of things. So I had to be really careful. So I ended up just like mining and stuff to replace around the path instead of growing spruce trees to get the podzol. So I will remember that in the future because I didn't want to, overwrite stuff. So I had to be mining and picking it up and placing it back down. But for the future, I'm going to just completely cover the rest of that perimeter in podzol by converting the trees. It'll be so much easier. So very good start in the Nether. I have the another fortress like literally right across from me, so that's not bad at all. The biome I'm in, Soul Sand Valley or whatever it's called, a lot of skeletons, very dangerous. Uh, my armor takes a ton of damage. I don't physically take too much damage, but that's the thing. I need to be so worried about my armor taking any damage whatsoever because anything. I get more durability damage from thorns, as well as just, skeletons shooting me with arrows really dwindles everything down. So I'm going to always have that as a concern for me. So I kind of was in there just for a few minutes. Oh, I saw what was there. Have a new strategy. I need to be making a path out to the Nether Fortress because I was going to plan to go in and then look around, see where I spawned. And then I was going to use Chunk Base to look to see where the closest Nether Fortress was, but it was right in front of me. So that was pretty lucky on my part, so that I was able to get a little bit of progress there in terms of getting like blaze rods and things. And eventually I want to use this wood in my builds. I might use it in the next steps of the second perimeter whenever I redesign that like I did the first perimeter. I might put that in the walls, and maybe like deep slate might be the pattern, working out like the ways, kind of switching between the different materials each wall kind of possesses, because I plan on doing another perimeter after that. And I think I also need to try and make the area around the portal a little bit safer, given I hop through and then piglins are right there. So I realized that my helmet had actually broken, which was really unfortunate, through all the just like standing around in there in the Nether, because I'm cutting things out here and there of the time I spent in the Nether. So I never fully got this like, quote unquote library like working. I don't really have any books in there. It's mostly just, again, none of the emeralds I am gaining, I don't save any of them. They immediately get reinvested in whatever project I'm working on at the time. So I had to spend a few minutes getting back my armor so that I could go back into the Nether. So then I just start building a path so it can't be destroyed by ghast, so that I'm a little bit more safe. Again, not damage-wise, because I'll be able to live through like basically anything right now, but durability-wise, I don't want to be taking a ton of damage because it's damaging my armor, and I don't want to have to keep rebuilding it, even though I got mending. So I'm using the bricks so that if a gas shoots, it won't be able to break through, it won't burn or anything like that. And I'm just literally building a direct path out to the Nether fortress. And unfortunately, in a few seconds, I will be taking a fall. This was kind of scary because it's like, oh no, I've barely done anything with this. This is why I got all those golden apples on my hotbar so that I could survive. So I just decided, wait, the surface beneath like the lava lake is pretty close, so let me just mine out a few blocks and then kind of give myself some time to heal, because I literally have not leveled up any of the skills related to like fire damage or anything like that, which the thing is, it looks like I'm not gaining any experience from taking fire damage, which is what it's supposed to work like. um, for the pyromaniac skill, because the pyromaniac skill, with every level you take less damage, so it doesn't seem to be doing anything. And I mean, I've avoided fire damage because primarily that and fall damage is how I usually die whenever I play the game. So I'm always, trying to be overly cautious with those sort of things. So I do that. I dig out a little bit, and then I realize, wait, you know what? I can just float to the top after I kind of get closer to land. So I eat another gapple after I heal up, and then just kind of swim my way up to the surface, because it's the easiest way to get out of this, because I don't have any materials to like delete the lava or anything. So I kind of surface after a few seconds. Yeah, there we go. And I timed it pretty well, like in terms of how close I was. I was able to navigate nicely to solid land. I just need to heal up first, and you see there's the whole fortress. It's a decent sized thing. I never even fully looked through the whole structure, to be honest. But yeah, kind of scary and stuff. Also, if you guys didn't notice, I have a little new transition. The program I use of Microsoft Clipchamp to edit my videos, it was being a little finicky with all the transitions and stuff. Sometimes it doesn't want to load the subtitle like text that I do for the intro with like my episode title, and the transitions don't work right. So I was trying out a different one that I could actually use as a choice. So if anyone's watching, and has an opinion on what you think is the best form of transitions, or if maybe it's fine not doing any at all, I'm open to criticism about the editing style. I'm trying to improve each video. So I just make my way back to solid ground, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? This is a good teaching moment with the whole pyromaniac stuff. Oh, I also cover up the back because I don't want to get gas shooting through and then the portal breaks or anything like that. So I realized, yes, I need to level up this skill, because then I'll take less damage every time I take fire damage. And again, these stupid things spawn, and every time I go through the portal, I always got to be ready. It's something I'm a little worried about because, Bedrock can be kind of buggy, so it might make it where if I'm ever like frozen or it takes me a while to load in, they could do a lot of damage. So I found out that, so the options were take damage, but doesn't seem to work to level up Pyromaniac skill. Lighting things on fire, and then there was a third option. I chose to light things on fire. I got a good amount of iron saved up from all my trading with the villagers, and I got flint for days because I now have shovels, which give me a silk touch shovel and a fortune shovel. Fortune shovel basically guarantees me to always get flint every time I mine gravel, so I got an abundance of both of those. So I just kept crafting these repeatedly, and I started from level 0 this episode. And honestly, like, I was doing it, running around and stuff, lighting things on fire, until I finally realized, wait, I could just, let me test this out real quick. If I stand in place, I can just repeatedly light the same spot on fire and it works. So it was just a lot of repeatedly, like, I smelted up some of the iron I found in my mine because, I wanted to actually use the mine for a little bit, but some of the iron came from that, some of it came from the villager trades and converting the tools back into iron, all the way up to level 100, which is the max level. This took me like 2 hours or so, and that's when I even like kind of like started counting it of just repeatedly holding that click button down. So the actual description of it is 100% chance to regain any health lost from fire, which essentially means I was always kind of healing is what's happening. I'm healing the damage as much as I'm taking it, which means I'm not really taking any fire damage anymore. So I'm literally invincible when it comes to just fire. I was testing it throughout this whole process, trying to take damage, and it didn't really seem to be healing that much. But obviously, at level 100, I'm, completely invulnerable. So with this newfound safety, net, so to speak, I can have one less thing to worry about in the nether, because obviously I could have made fire resistance potions. I could have done something like that, but meh, I'm not really. I've always wanted to kind of do that, but now I don't really need to worry about it on this world. So make it over to the thing, the fortress, and I kind of fight all the things that are in my way, trying to fully make this a little bit safe, and I keep getting shot by skeletons and blaze, and finally start to meet my fellow wither skeletons. They're all around very dangerous, but honestly, with my life drain skill, it really is not bad at all. Like, I can safely be under the effect of like wither and just heal everything that's being dealt. The only thing is I need to make sure that there's enough enemies in my area, because I pretty much defeat everything real fast. And achievements are on, so I earned a new achievement. This is, you don't see it, I guess, when it appears on screen, because the window I'm capturing is like a little bit different, I guess, because that would be on the Xbox game bar or whatever it's called. But I earned an achievement for Return to Cinder, or whatever it's called on Windows Edition, Bedrock Edition. So that's my very first time deflecting a shot and hitting a ghast, which I don't know if that's how you necessarily get this disc. I still have yet to listen to it, but I got a cool music disc off of that first Return to Cinder, which is pretty cool. Got a what is it, dried up ghast? I forget what they're called. I haven't really been too involved in like the new stuff, but hey, I got a few cool little artifacts now that I will keep as like trophies. I'll eventually make a trophy area. And speaking of trophies, I got my first wither skeleton skull. I will not be using this to create a wither. This is going to be a trophy as well, because I want to keep some things as like really cool display pieces, and I've yet to decide where it's going to be placed, because the inside of my base is kind of, really full. I don't want to reorganize some things. Maybe I could build like a big house in the second area, and that would be like a trophy area. Would be cool. Or something like super long term would be like Utopia. This isn't even like the main area. Like, this is a starting area, but there could be other towns around. But that's like, I don't know how many play sessions or episodes later. That would be really far out. But I start to get prepared to go to a Bastion Remnant. So I did use Chunk Base to find a Bastion Remnant. So I got myself some more Clerics so that I could have some XP bottles. So that way I'm able to heal my armor. Because again, armor really does not last like at all. So I needed to start finding ways to be able to heal myself and make sure the armor lasts, so that I can go on little longer missions and stuff. Because honestly, I was in the nether for like barely any time. Now I got like another chest. I'm organizing it with bundles, and I make sure to put some wood in there so that I always have wood at all times, as well as I made a diamond hoe. And that's kind of all my tools. I got 2 shovels, I think, that are like upgraded. It's not featured right here, but I have 2 shovels that are like maxed, both a silk touch and a fortune. 2 pickaxes that are silk touch and fortune. And then right now I'm kind of just, I don't know if I fully cut it out or whatever, but it's just for my own sake, just writing down coordinates so I don't get lost or anything in the nether, and also just so I know where to go to find the bastion. Because the whole point of this mission is not only to go to the nether, but to find good items. I wanted an upgrade template. I wanted netherite, or the ability to upgrade to netherite, or any other loot that is possible in bastions. I really have barely explored them because they are so deadly. So I've rarely gone to them. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah, all my tools. They're not all upgraded, but like the ones I have currently. 2 shovels, both fortune, silk touch. Pickaxes, fortune, silk touch. Maxed out sharpness sword. And an axe that I don't think I have really for dealing damage or anything. There's no sharpness on it, and the hoe isn't maxed out yet. And I don't think I've used it at all yet because there's really no advantage. Right here, new skill from the advantage of leveling up Pyromaniac all the way to the max. I only needed to be level 30 to get it, but I can now walk on lava by placing magma blocks. I was a little lazy. I didn't upgrade the ability to the max because each upgrade for this ability made it where the radius around me of kind of the area of effect, that will be turned into these magma blocks has been upgraded, and then also the duration of which they stay before they get converted back into lava. The furthest upgrade would have gave me fire resistance, so I wouldn't take damage while walking on them. I still have yet to do that. I need to do that at some point because it honestly wouldn't take that much time, because I just need to be level 25 in order to upgrade it to the max. But I figured, I could just shift and navigate like that on this. So it definitely helped a lot exploring, being able to walk on the lava in areas so I don't have to bridge or like tunnel through areas. Just a very convenient thing to have now. What else? So that's the only really ability changes that have occurred in this episode, is that Pyromaniac and upgrading that. The level 5 and 15 or 10, I forget what levels you get abilities, but the other 2 abilities that I got from Pyromaniac are like combat ones, and I honestly did not use them once. I have no idea what they look like or whatever. One, it's like I'm on fire or something like that, so I can catch things on fire by like running past them or hitting them. And the other one, I believe, is like a fire rain sort of thing. So those 2 things, maybe I'll use them at some point. But as of right now, the main thing is just the magma walker or whatever it's called. So, I also, another thing I equipped myself with, in terms of like preparing for this, is all those golden apples. So I traded with the librarians to get more clocks. So I turned those clocks into gold, and that gold I used to make more golden apples. So now I can heal a ton. Finally made it. I used the whole amount throughout this whole process. I honestly should have brought maybe even more than that, so I could have more comfortably like fought things and taken damage, but it's all good. So I made sure to collect some of that gilded blackstone at times, because I really like it for decoration. But man, there were so many piglins in this, so I faced death like multiple times where it was like I almost died. I definitely would have died if I hadn't gotten all the golden apples, and if I hadn't leveled up my magma walker ability, because those piglin brutes, they too have done a damage. And right here, this crazy, they just pour down. Like my health, it got down to like obviously single digits, but like less than 5 pretty frequently, which is so crazy. very scary. Uh, Once I kind of conquered this area, I did destroy the magma cube spawner because I couldn't be bothered with it. I don't really need to worry about farming those. You know, again, the main thing is like potions or blocks of magma, um, which I can easily farm now that I can convert lava into magma blocks because I can easily mine those. So there's no real need to make this into an XP farm or anything like that to collect their materials. Um, so goodbye. Don't need it. The blocks of gold were a good little boost in things, and I found a golden apple. This is so cool. I need to use this whenever I fight a wither. I definitely want to have one, maybe even two, I don't know, of these on me because fighting the wither on this version, it's crazy. And I might want, so an enchanted golden apple would be great. Definitely want one or multiple of those. And then totem of undying or multiple would be good to have on my hotbar as well. I would want milk on hand as well. So it would be all about timing, because if I drink milk to get rid of the wither effect, it would also eliminate any of the benefits of the god apple. But you know, that's a matter for a future time whenever I decide to fight the wither. Before I fight the wither, I would maybe want to fight the ender dragon, but I think that would be really cool maybe to fight the wither before the ender dragon. Something to think about. I definitely need to get that netherite upgrade though before I even consider anything, which I found a good amount of templates. I found some ancient debris. All in all, I found a total of 3 chests in this. I'm sure there were some that I missed, but meh, it's whatever. I navigated for a good while looking through this. I kind of just cut out a lot of the traveling because I was completely lost. I honestly wish this episode could have been less than 20 minutes, but there was just a lot of fighting and things that I didn't want to eliminate, because honestly a lot of what I've been doing so far has been building, renovating, trading, all those things, and not so much combat. So I wanted to showcase that a little bit more. Blackstone would be a cool thing to build out of as well, but I don't know. Blackstone, deep slate, very cool. I'm definitely going to need to be incorporating them in some of my future builds. Nether wise, I don't know how much I plan on building here. I might build a bartering thing at some point. Just the main thing right now is in terms of just making progress, like physically with my character, of upgrading myself to where I'm not going to die as easily, because I want to just keep making Utopia grow. I want to make it as good as I possibly can. It's pretty good right now with how the villagers are all like kind of in their own little areas. Their trades are always refreshed since their workstations are pretty close and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. There's just so many things that, like, I don't want to get burnt out by making a project that's like too big, because last episode, man, that mine, that was, luckily I had a little bit of extra time on my hands during that time, so I was able to invest some more time in. But I don't know when the next time I'll be able to make an episode that big would be. I mean, if anything, I could maybe like do like not so much episodes in bulk, but like do a few smaller episodes in one week, like do 2 episodes in a week, but like have them spaced out in their upload. And then for 2 weeks, since I would have 2 episodes in 1 week, that gives me an extra week of time to get another episode out. So I would have 2 weeks worth of time to work on an episode. Yeah, that might work. I don't know. We'll see. But I finally looked through that homecoming ability that allows me to teleport to my spawn, and I figure, you know what? I have some time. If it teleports me back to my spawn point, like literally like 0, 0 kind of thing, that would be fine. it would take me a while to run back, sure, but I'm better equipped. I'm gonna be safe. I'll be able to make it really fast. But let's gamble. Let's see. Will it spawn me at my bed, or will it spawn me at the spawn point? Because this would be so awesome if it teleports me back to my house. And I mean, it has different upgrades so that it would be less expensive and things. All I have to do is enable the ability, stand still for a few seconds, and right now at space level, it costs, I believe, 5 ender pearls to do it. So here's the moment of truth. Will I end up in spawn or my base? Let's go at my base. It saved me so much navigating all that treacherous terrain in the nether, not having to make a portal or anything like that, going back to my portal. So this opens up a lot of possibilities for me where I can just travel real far somewhere, collect what I need to collect, and get out of there without worrying about traveling back. All the armor, I don't need it that I collected, so I just converted into diamonds because why not? Like, it might be useful to have some spare ones at some point just in case armor breaks, but I only really need one spare set of armor. So right now I'm just kind of hoarding everything. Not for long, really, because I need to make a lot of netherite upgrade templates or whatever. Is it? Yeah, netherite templates. So I do that immediately because I want to always make sure I got extras so that I never run out, because I don't want to have to go to a bastion because, oh, I ran out of the upgrade templates. And yeah, there we go. I got it. I was testing to see what ones I could hold in offhand, but I can't hold anything in my offhand. I really wanted a picture holding both an upgrade template and the god apple, but oh well. So I now have 8 upgrade templates, a god apple. I got a ton of golden apples. I have the ability for netherite now. I can do it. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode where I get netherite. So see ya. Thank you for watching.